Hello, good morning, and once again, welcome to Pankaj Sir's Echelon Tutorials. In this today's session, we are going to start with something called a question answer session. And I want to tell you that this question answer session is on, one second. Yeah. So, yeah, here we are. So this is this is a question answer session. Okay. One second, I'm having some issues with my pen tablet. Okay, so question answer session on ICSE 7th grade biology. Okay, and name of the chapter is respiration in plants and animals. Okay, plants and animals. Now this is the name of the chapter, and as I told you, this is a question answer session on not the Selina book, but some other book, some other school who are not following Selina book. Okay, so let us get started with. So the very first question is differentiate between breathing and respiration. Okay, so the answer to this will be, I can write here as breathing, and here I can write as respiration. Okay, breathing and respiration. Now the first point is breathing. Breathing, it is a physical process. Okay, it is a physical process, while respiration is a chemical process. Okay, this is the first point of difference. Second point of difference is breathing involves exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. Which gases? Oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now respiration is not exchange of gases, but it involves oxidation of glucose into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Okay, fine. These are the 2 points. Third one is breathing is something which doesn't take place in the cells. Okay, so it is extracellular process. It doesn't take place in the cell. It takes place outside the cell. But this respiration is a intercellular process. Okay, because it takes place inside the cell. And one more point that I want to mention is here in breathing, no energy is released, and here energy is released in the form of ATP. Okay, so these are the 4 points that I wanted to mention about breathing and respiration. Okay, so first question is done with. Now let us come to the second question, and this happens to be the second question. Right, now the second question is, now let me take this down. Define the following: internal respiration, and external respiration. Okay, so we have to define this. So first one is, what is internal respiration? Internal respiration is conversion of glucose into uh, carbon dioxide, water, and ATP molecules. Okay, should be ATP. ATP energy molecules. Okay, conversion of glucose into carbon dioxide, water, and ATP with the help of oxygen in the cells. Okay. This is actually internal respiration. What happens in internal respiration? The glucose, that is the food, is getting converted into carbon dioxide, water, and energy with the help of oxygen. It is also known as oxidation of glucose. So I will write that. It is also called as oxidation of glucose. This is internal respiration. Second, external respiration. External respiration is exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. That is, oxygen rich air is taken in while carbon dioxide rich air is thrown out by an organism. Okay, this is external respiration, right? So this is the main definition of internal respiration and external. I don't want to write all the points. Okay, the main definition is okay, right? So that's about internal respiration and external respiration. The next question that I come to is this one. Okay, this question, you can see it's a puzzle question, and you have to fill in the puzzle using the hints given below. Okay, so this is down, and the first down is a flap-like structure that covers the glottis. Okay, now in my this thing, the concept lectures, you must have, I have discussed about these structures and all these things. Okay, everything in detail I've discussed. So what is the flap-like structure that covers the glottis? So it is one down, so you can go from year to year. Okay, it's a huge one, I suppose, right? Okay, so the name of that structure which covers the glottis. Now let me tell you what is a glottis. First of all, glottis is a hole or an opening in a trachea through which the air enters, okay, into the trachea. That is known as a glottis. Now there is a flap-like structure, a muscular flap-like structure which always covers this glottis, and this particular structure is known as epiglottis. Okay, so if I want to write this one down, I'll write it as epi, E-P-I, G-L-O-T-T-I-S, epiglottis. So this flap-like structure which covers the glottis is known as epiglottis. Okay, this I have already discussed in my concept lectures. Okay, now let us go for 3 down. 3 down means I'll have to come from year to year. Okay, and what is it saying is, the hint is a partition that separates the mouth and the nasal cavity. Okay, now this also I have talked about in my concept lecture. There is a partition between the nasal cavity and the mouth cavity. Okay, and that partition is known as what? Okay, so if you remember, it is known as a palate. Okay, so the spelling is P A L A T E, palate. Okay, so that makes this 3 down as palate. Okay, now coming to across, two across means you'll have to go here this way. Okay, now what is the hint? A common passage for the mouth and the nasal cavity. Now mouth and the nasal cavity both are having a common opening in the form of something called pharynx. Okay, so the answer for this two across has to be pharynx, and the spelling you have to be careful. It is Pharynx, pharynx. Okay, so this is pharynx is a common opening for the mouth and the nasal cavity. Then coming to four across means I'll have to come this way, right? So already there is one L and T over here. So let us see what is the hint. Four across is an opening that leads into the trachea. Now here only I told you what is the opening that leads into the trachea through which the air enters the trachea. I told you it is known as glottis. So this has to be glottis. So four across is glottis. So I'll write here G, L is already there, O, T is already there. So another T, I and S. Glottis. Glottis. Right? Glottis. Now five across. You're left with this one, five across. Five across, the hint is a structure through which air enters our body. Okay, so air enters our body through this structure. Okay, now five across is this, right? So air always enters our body through our nostrils. Okay, the two openings in the nose is known as nostrils. So I'll write here N O S. T is already there. R. I is already there. L. Nostril. Okay, so this completes our puzzle chart. Okay, so that was this question. Now coming to the next question, and next question is fill in the blanks. Okay, yeah, it is fill in the blanks. So let us get started with this also. Fill in the blanks. The first one is air enters the nasal cavity through. Now just now we talked about it. It enters through nostril. Nostrile. Okay, next is the lower part of the pharynx has two apertures, one opening into dash and the other into the esophagus. Okay, now the lower part of the pharynx, below the pharynx you have larynx, and this larynx, you know, is again opening into two tubes. One opening is into the tube called trachea, and other one is into a tube called esophagus. Okay, esophagus is also known as food pipe. Okay, and this trachea is also known as the windpipe. Okay, so basically ये जो question है इसका answer will be a one opening into the trachea you can write, or you can write windpipe. It's better if you write trachea. Trachea is a pipe through which the air is going to pass. Okay, and the other one is known as esophagus. Okay, this is also known as food pipe. So that is the answer for this. Next is pharynx is lined from the inside by dash lining, which helps to sweep the food particles. Okay, so this pharynx, you know, they have very fine lining inside in the inside part of the pharynx. You have very you know, soft and fine lining. Now what is this lining called? So pharynx is lined from inside by a you can write here as a striated, striated, striated muscular lining you can write if you want, or striated lining only, which helps to sweep off the food particles. Okay, so pharynx has this striated lining which helps to sweep off the food particles. Striated, that's it, striated lining or striated muscular lining. Fine. Next is epiglottis prevents entry of dash into the windpipe. Now this epiglottis, as I told you, it is a flap which covers the glottis. Now glottis is something which is opening in the windpipe. That also I have told you. So epiglottis का purpose क्या है? It is a flap covering the glottis. So it should be avoiding something to go into the windpipe. And now what should not go into the windpipe according to you? So it is the food. Okay, the food should not enter into the windpipe. Actually, wind should enter the windpipe. So epiglottis prevents entry of food into the windpipe. Okay. Now, next question is, one second. Huh? The next question is, write the function of each of the following respiratory organs. So first is, what is the function of a nasal cavity? Okay. Now I think I'm going to continue with this in the next video because time doesn't permit me to go further. Okay. So from here onwards, that is C part of the question. Okay. We will be proceeding in the next video. So that's all for the today's video. Okay, so some of the question at least we tried from this particular chapter, and I will continue. Okay, so that's all for today. Goodbye, take care all of you, see you.